Today we have the Rhythm and Sound for Guitar by Maestro. It is a product of Gibson Incorporated Electronics Division out of Kalamazoo, Michigan, though I don't think they actually made it for them. This one dates to 1967 according to the pots inside of it, 35th week to be exact. This is the first model. I understand they made two models. This is the G1. And show you what's going on here. First off, you have your output. You have a foot switch to turn the bass on and off. In the percussion section, you have a volume and tone. In the bass section, you have a volume and sustain. And the treble section, you have a volume and tone. You'll notice the really nice 60s colors, and these knobs are super cool. They are solid aluminum, very well made, with nice points on them. First off, down here we have the input and an input sensitivity for your guitar. It controls the triggering. We have a bass drum sound. This is all in the percussion. We have a bongo, a brush, a tambourine, a clave, and for the bass section you have a string bass, a fuzz bass, and in the treble section you can color your guitar sound 1, 2, and 3. I'll show you all of those, and then natural amp, which is sort of a bypass, though it seems to color your sound a little bit. The cancel section is kind of neat. If you have any of these tabs pushed down here, pushing this just puts a bar and it forces them up. So we'll take a gander at the way this thing sounds. Please note that I am in no way a guitar player, and I'll show you some of its sounds, but not guitar skill. First off, here is some clean guitar sound. I'm going to show you where I'm coming from. You have a tone that it's going through, so it is coloring your sound somewhat because of that. And you have a volume for that too. Okay, starting off with the percussion, it doesn't matter which one, I'll turn that off, is the bass drum. So you just get a nice beat. The frequency is so low, the tone doesn't do too much on that one. Next one is bongo. Now this is just my guitar hooked straight into it, and whichever guitar string you hit triggers it, so it doesn't really matter which one you hit. E, A, D, G, B, or E, it doesn't really matter. And you have a brush sound. Tambourine. Clave. And with the sensitivity, I have it turned down pretty low. If you turn it up pretty good, you can get some interesting double triggers. Oh, excuse me. Of course, it doesn't double trigger when you want it to. Okay, the next section is the bass. You have string bass. It's a wonderful octave down, especially for the time period that this thing was made. I'd say it rivals a POG from EH. This is the fuzz bass. Control the sustain. That was all the way up. That's all the way down. string bass too, all the way down. So that's pretty cool. And your color tone 1. Excellent can sound. Similar to what people try to get with old microphones. Maybe a carbon microphone sound. That's the number 2. And number 3. Of course, you can mix your bypass sounds, sort of a bypass. It still goes through the tone section. Put all of them in. That's with. And we can start to mix a few things. I'll turn off the natural amp for now. We'll turn on the bass drum and string bass. Turn some bongo. Some brush. Tambourine. And clave. Of course, you can mix your volumes the way you want them if you want the percussion down. Fuzz bass. Turn your bass up a little bit. Turn your natural guitar in. This will be all the buttons pushed. So this is a really cool unit, especially for the time period. I'd say this held up very, very well. Most things did not hold up this well. Thank you for listening, and show you the cancel switch here. Just pushes everything up. Pretty cool. And of course you have it off. Hope you enjoyed this little demo.